Good morning, everybody. It's Mallory Smythe on behalf of Endow. So sometimes I find it hard to believe that my husband and my children actually exist. For so much of my life, I wondered what it would be like to be married or wondered what it would be like to be a parent. It seemed so far away. It seemed like my children would never be or that my marriage would never be. And in those times of waiting, in those times of looking a little bit towards the future, it was often hard to make decisions in my life at that moment that I knew would make me a good spouse or I knew would eventually make me a good parent. I wonder if you've ever had trouble making decisions in your life now that will benefit you years down the road for something that seems so far away. Maybe it is your vocation, maybe making disciplined choices or building up your character so that you will become a good spouse or that you'll be a good religious. That can be so hard in the moment. Or maybe it's making disciplined decisions such as putting money away for retirement in the future, and maybe retirement's sooner than you want it to be, or maybe it seems like it's never gonna come. And yet, one day it will come, and it will be a testament to whether or not you were prepared. We're moving towards Advent. We're ending our liturgical year, and at the end of the liturgical year, we meditate on the last four things. We meditate on death, judgment, heaven, and hell. These things can seem so far off that it can actually be hard to let the weight of them hit us in this moment now. But I think it is so important for us in our society right now to actually think about death, judgment, heaven, and hell, because our culture either ignores them or they say that they don't exist. When it comes to death, our culture merely focuses on youth, right? Vitality, longer life expectancy, all the anti-aging products, everything meant to keep us young that actually ignores the fact that death is the only thing we can't escape and that it will come for us one way or the other. When it comes to judgment, the mantra of our day is that there is none, that no action should be judged right or wrong. And yet in reality, there will come a day where our lives will be judged. And when it comes to eternity, most of the people in our society don't even believe that heaven and hell exists, that there's nothing after this life. And yet one day we will be faced with eternity. And I have to wonder, will we be ready? Will we allow the decisions we're making right now in our lives to get us ready for those moments that seem so far off but will come? When we get to death, whether death comes tomorrow or comes at the very end of our life, will we look at our lives and say, that was a success? When we face eternity, we'll be able to look back at our lives and say, I spent my life knowing the one true God, so much so that I am ready to spend eternity with him. See, as we meditate on these things, it can give us a weight in the way that we make decisions in our lives right now, and so that we can act accordingly, so that we're ready for those moments when they come. The psalmist says in Psalm 90, he says, teach us to number our days, O Lord, that we may gain wisdom of heart. When we know that our days are numbered, when we know that we don't have infinite days to eventually make things right, it gives us a certain wisdom. And see, people of the past understood this because death was in their face all the time. The life expectancy was so much lower. Outbreaks of disease were happening all the time. Outbreaks of wars were happening all the time. And so death, judgment, heaven, and hell were realities in their faces every day. And so as we start to enter into these themes in our liturgy, I would invite you to dive into the readings and to ask yourself, are you living with wisdom, knowing that your days are numbered? Do you believe that death, judgment, heaven, and hell will come one day, that these moments will come? And will you be ready? And how can you be ready? If you want to know more about how you can know God in this life and make wise decisions in your own life according to his will and plan for you, you can dive into an Endow study at www.endowgroups.org, or you can connect with us at Endow Groups on Facebook and Instagram. And as always, you can connect with me at Mallory A. Smythe on Instagram. Have a great week.